Hello, this is Joe Walensky. I'm the program manager for ConveyUX, the Seattle's annual UX event that's coming up in February 28th to March 2nd, and so we're looking forward to that. And I get the chance to have some previews with the speakers that'll be here in Seattle to meet with all of us. And so today I'm pleased to be able to chat with Steve Krug. Hello, Steve.
Hey, how you doing, Joe?
Well, people may be familiar with you through the books that you've written, specifically Don't Make Us Think, which is very popular for a long time. But why don't you just talk a little bit about your background, how you got to where you're at today, and types of things that you're working on.
Sure. I have been kicking around doing usability since like the late 80s, so I've been at it for forever, and learned it sort of on the street and from reading Jacob Nielsen's books and just trying to do it, because there weren't really programs at the time. There were human factors programs, but not usability. So I've been a consultant for forever, and haven't had any real jobs. And about 15 years ago, I got a chance to write a book, which I did basically so I could increase my consulting rates. Never expected the book to make any money. But it turned out that the book has sold consistently for 15 years now, and almost the same rate for 15 years, which is great for me. It's probably getting close to 500,000 copies. It's impossible. I have no idea how many. We don't really get sales figures outside of the U.S., but even just in the U.S., it's probably close to that. So it's nothing I ever expected, and it gave me a chance to go around and do speaking and teaching workshops, which I really enjoy because I really like teaching a lot. And so that's kind of been what I've been doing for a lot of the last 10 years, less consulting, more teaching. And
you recently had an update to the book. Any other things that you've been working on that you're passionate about right now?
Yeah, I finally did a new edition about 3 years ago with examples that weren't from 1999, and added a chapter on mobile devices, usability for mobile devices, because that's what everybody's doing now. Right now, I started trying to finish up a teacher's guide for Don't Make Me Think, because it's getting used in so many courses now. A lot of the email I get is from people who were assigned it in a course, which is really nice. But personally, I actually have been thinking for a couple of years now about writing a little something about what I've learned about writing because I'm on record as somebody who actually doesn't enjoy writing and finds it's really hard. But I think I've learned a few things about how to do it that I think might be helpful. So if I do another book, it probably won't be about usability. It may be about writing, maybe a short book about writing.
Huh?
So
all right.
We'll see. Don't know for sure if it'll happen.
Well, yeah, just following up on your background, you mentioned the first edition of the book 15 years ago, and then you did the update, and then had the mobile chapter. But obviously, some things haven't changed that much. Some things have changed a whole lot,
right?
And you probably had some perspective about that. But I was wondering if there's any things from your experience that kind of stand out as things that have fundamentally changed over that time, or things that maybe you're kind of surprised that they didn't change more than they did.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of what I said in the introduction to the newest edition is I was trying to really bring it up to date, but the fact is the basic principles of usability and how to keep things from confusing people don't change very much, because they're not so much about technology as they are about people. And people don't change very much at a basic psychological cognitive level. So most of it's the same. That's why I added a chapter about mobile, because probably the biggest change in the 15 years has been the swing to smaller screens, the devices with small screens, which presents whole different kinds of challenges for keeping stuff usable. I mean, they're not wholly different, but they're different. There's more to think about. So, and that's what most people are doing now. So.
Well, you're going to be doing a couple of sessions at the conference. One of those is one of our feature sessions, and so maybe talk a little bit about what people can expect to see from that.
Yeah, that's my favorite topic, and really the main one I talk about nowadays is trying to get people to do their own usability testing, because I'm having done it for years and having talked about it and watched hundreds of them and done hundreds of them. I feel like doing usability tests, so just watching somebody try to use the thing that you're building, is probably the most efficient way to improve it overall, because it's really simple. And so since people have never thought that it was simple, historically it was kind of a complicated thing that had to be done by professionals, I've been spending most of my time trying to convince people that anybody can do it and everybody should be doing it. So that's what the session's about, is here's how you do a usability test, here's how simple it is, and here's why you should go home and do some yourself. So that's the session. Yeah.
Well, we are fortunate to have a wide variety or a wide range of experience levels at the conference, and so in addition to that feature session, we're also going to have a full-length Q&A session separate from that, and that with the link is going to be co-host for that, and take questions from the audience on anything that they might have where they want to pick your brain. So that'll be interesting as well.
Yeah, I've been trying to do those lately whenever I give a talk, and there's, a lot of these talks, there's like 5 minutes for questions, if anything, after them, and it's not very much. And I've sort of gotten in the habit of, if people have time for it, to do a separate session where anybody's I'll just answer questions for 45 minutes. And we always have more than 45 minutes worth of questions, and they're always fun. So I enjoy that part a lot.
Yeah, well, I think that'll be a good second session to have there, and of course you'll be available to sign people's books with people while they're there, and maybe you'll have come up with your ideas about writing as well that you can share with the people.
Right. That could be further along by then, I would hope. So, yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for spending a few minutes chatting with us, and we'll see you in Seattle, and enjoy. Looking forward to your visit.
Great. I'm looking forward to it too. Yeah. Good. We'll see you then.
All right. Thank you, Steve.
Sure. Bye.